Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Elma, the non-tech techie, and today, I'm going to show you this very what is that? I'm here. Um, this very interesting software. It's called Fable, and what it does is it can create interactive videos. Sorry, not videos, interactive demos and guides. So this is something useful for you. Say if you own a SaaS tool, that's one of the use cases, and you want to onboard, you want to make sales demos, you want to make onboarding videos for your users and stuff like that. If you are a digital agency, you can also use it to onboard your client. Like, hey, say you have this client portal and tell them, hey, this is where you find, this is where you upload your files or stuff like that. Uh, so basically, onboarding, client onboarding, even educational. I can. There's so much use cases that I can think of with Fable, and then maybe you'll ask me, but Elma, but there are other products out there, other software like there, like you have Smartcue, you have Floik, you have so many others, Produktly, Supademo, and all that stuff. Well, this is a little bit different, and we will show you later why it is different. So, our team has thoroughly tested the tool, and thanks, Joginder, for that. And we have a lot of questions, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions too. But a lot of exciting questions that we have for Vikas today that I've even discussed beforehand. So, before I start talking to Vikas, if you're new to our channel, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel because we bring in almost every week a new software, up and coming software that will make your business life easier. Okay, so now let me now introduce Vikas. I talked too much already. Okay, so hello, Vikas. How are you doing today?
Hi, Alma, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you too for joining us. So, I'd like to know first, and this is typically the question I ask, actually, a series of set of questions I ask the founders in the beginning. Like, why did you start Fable? What is the story behind Fable? I mean, basically, why Fable? What is your background as a founder? What is the background of your company? And what is your vision for Fable?
So, like you said, I think these are a series of questions.
Yeah,
so,
series of questions. Yeah, feel free to answer in any format you like.
no, no, I think thank you for asking them, right? So it's always helpful to be able to answer such questions so people can sort of create a perception of what the product is, who the founder is, and why they're building what they're building, right? So
Right.
appreciate that such questions are usually answered. So a little bit of a background. I have been in the SaaS industry for a little over 13 years now, and so are my co-founders. So SaaS is the only industry that we live and breathe and understand. Outside of SaaS, I think it will be very hard for any of us to be employed. So we're trying very hard to be in that particular industry. And and within SaaS, I have been taking care of go-to-market activities, leading global sales teams, depending on the kind of companies that we were a part of. And over the course of our journey, we realized that demos were a huge pain point for a sales and a marketing team, right? So you have a great product, your product team and engineering team is working hard to put together a great product. But once the product is through, you have a little bit of a problem to showcase it to your end buyers, right? And we said, we're not the only people who should be having this problem. And the more and more we decided to talk to people and learn from this experience, we felt that, hey, this is not just a problem with you or your team, it's a problem that a lot of other companies are having. That's eventually how this problem statement evolved into a company. And we started building, writing our first line of code with this product. And that's basically how we started. And then if we took a couple of other steps back and realized, as a part of the sales team or a marketing team, whenever you create a demo, it's not actually the demo of a product. It's the story that you build along with the product by saying, hey, this is how my product helps for your use case, for your persona, your industry. It's always a story, right? That's how the name Fable actually came into play. Basically, because we're all creating stories of our products in the form of demos. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit about me, my background, and why Fable.
Okay, so I like the idea that you said, like, because it's true. Every software, every use case, it has a story, and that's also what non-tech is trying to do here. Like, hey, bring the story to our viewers, so that they know more. They know the founder, they know the software, and it's also something that, okay, if you have a great demo, if you have a great story, the more people will trust you, because even if you have the best product in the whole wide world, but you don't have a story that goes with it, it I don't know, it just won't work. So it's very important to tell the right story. And this is where Fable is actually helping founders. It's helping a lot of businesses make sure that they can get their story out there, and in a very easy to use format. Because I recall, actually, a few months ago, I was looking for a tool to help me create an onboarding, a product tour, an onboarding. And it's either I find them too expensive or it does not really fit my needs. And then I asked a lot of SaaS founders, hey, what do you do? What do you normally use for your onboarding videos? And they said, oh, let me ask my devs. And the dev said, oh, it's hard coded. So it's, and but what Fable is giving us now is something that is no code, and you can easily embed on your site via an iframe, or you can share a link, or yeah, so those things. And really, it's very, very, very helpful if you are doing any type of product demo, if you're doing even education. I really see a lot of use cases for this one. So shall we go ahead and start looking into Fable?
Absolutely. More than happy to show how the
Okay.
product works. And also happy to answer any questions that come along.
Oh, you have to share your screen.
Yes, let me do that. I'll share my screen, just a little bit of context. So
Mhm.
we'll try to create a very quick demo using Fable. I'll share my screen. For the ease of use of this webinar, we'll basically take Google Calendar as an example. It
Mhm.
can be any web application, any web page, any application that you're trying to create of. I mean, it can be a CRM, a support system, a tutorial video, or a how-to guide of your product. But I'm just using Google Calendar because I'm just using that right now as a part of this call. Let me just share my screen. Elma, please do confirm once you're able to see my screen. Can you
Okay,
see my screen?
we can see it. Yes.
Perfect. So as you can see, this is one of my Google Calendar accounts. So I'll try to create a quick demo of Google Calendar wherein we might show 2 to 3 features. In this case, let's say we'll talk about how to edit an existing event in Google Calendar, or maybe how to add a new participant or a guest and send them an invitation to be a part of that particular meeting. The first step would obviously be to log in to your app, as I've logged into Google Calendar right now. And then you fire up Fable's Chrome extension. In my case, I've pinned it on my browser. So once I fire up our Chrome extension, Fable shows you a few instructions as to what happens at the back. And now you're ready to record the application the way you would want to show it, right? So here in this case, I mentioned we'll talk about how to edit an event in Google Calendar. We spoke about adding a new guest and then sending them a reminder as an invitation to join that particular calendar event. Let's just say that these are the only things that I wanted to show in the demo. Once I run through the workflow the way I would use it, I go back to a Chrome extension and say stop recording. Now we'll have to create a new demo and choose a name. Here is something interesting that happens. Fable automatically picks up the color schemes that were used in the application that you were creating a demo of. In this case, it automatically knew that in the Google Calendar account that I was creating a demo of, there were 7 to 8 colors that were already used. So it shows you as a very easy step saying, hey, Vikas, you can choose from any of these colors as branding elements, or you can choose to make changes for any of them later. Once that is done, this is where the beauty of Fable starts. It automatically captures the HTML and CSS of all the screens of Google Calendar and stitches together a demo for you. So I'll just show you in a couple of seconds as to what that thing means. Just allow it to load, setting up that particular interactive demo. Perfect. So as you can see, Fable knew, I mean, we are now inside Fable. This is sharefable.com. This is the demo that we created. I have captured everything in the front end of Google Calendar. I can still work with all my calendars here. I can still scroll all of this. Fable knows that I started off by clicking on the test demo, and then I intended to sort of edit that particular demo, added a new guest, and then clicked on save to send them a confirmation, etc. Right. So as you can see, Fable automatically picked up all the actions that I performed when our Chrome extension was recording, right? So this is basically step one of you creating an interactive demo slash guide with Fable, where you use our Chrome extension, record the steps, and then just end that particular Chrome extension to create a new demo. Once that is done, you now enter our canvas, which then shows you the list of all the screens that were recorded. And you can dig into any of these screens to make whatever changes that you'd like, right? So a lot of people ask us, hey, how do we remove the Fable branding? So you just come to a branding option here and remove Fable's watermark. In addition to that, you can make any changes to the font size, the font color, the background, the call to action buttons. All the pretty basic stuff with respect to branding can be done right from here. And the next thing that a lot of people ask us is, hey, Vikas, we have created a guide here in the form of text. Can you add video or audio instead of text? So we've released this new feature recently where instead of you adding guides in the form of text, you can also add video slash audio guides right from here. So that's one thing that we've enabled for all our customers. The next thing is where, in my mind, the most interesting feature of Fable comes into play. This is also the reason why we see a lot of customers moving to us from the likes of Smartcue, Supademo, and all the others out there is what we call our on-screen HTML customization, right? So as you can see, this is the Google Calendar screen that we have created a copy of within Fable. I can make changes to every single thing that I can see on the screen. For example, I want to change this June 2024 to July 2024. All I have to do is click on that and change that here. Or let's say I want to remove this particular element on the screen. I come here and click on this button here to sort of remove that particular screen. So I can blur, I can edit, I can remove anything on the screen, replace text, images, whatever I'd like before I publish this demo and share with the end customers for them to consume it, right? So in a nutshell, this is basically what Fable can do: help you record a demo, then edit the demo to make changes whatever you'd like, publish the demo, and like you mentioned, Elma, in the initial minutes of this webinar, we can either embed this in a landing page or choose to share this in the form of a link either on chat, email, or maybe even push it on your own custom domain for your help center, etc. So yeah, I mean, obviously this doesn't cover all the features that Fable has, but in a nutshell, this is what we do.
Nice. Yeah. So that's what I like about it. Like you can change even the elements. Now, I have a couple of questions when it comes to that. So, say currently you have the dashboard of Google Calendar that you showed us, right? And
Yes,
then let's say, what if Google's changed their UI?
sure.
How can I update my demo?
Pretty simple. So as
Yeah.
you saw on the screen, we had about, I mean, let me go back and share my screen again.
Right.
Okay. You
Right.
can see
Because
my screen again, right?
especially, yes, one moment. Okay, now we can see your screen. Because in the world of SaaS, especially the lifetime deal products, there are consistent updates, and the UI is changing almost every week, and we cannot. It's not really possible to record a demo every time we change the UI, for example. So,
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense, right? So that's why we
right,
make it super simple in Fable. So now as you've seen, even though this is one demo of Google Calendar that we created, this
right.
demo is split into 7 different screens. Now, let's say tomorrow Google Calendar decides to change the design and the UI of the first screen. All you have to do is click on this and say delete this annotation. So this particular screen is deleted from the demo. You can click on this button and say, I want to add a new screen to this demo. So it's pretty simple. You delete whatever is not required and you add it. And the best part is all of these changes are dynamically going to change in the demo. So, which basically means, let's just say that you copied this embed code and pasted this demo in your help center or tutorial page or your website. Every time you make a change to the demo, this code does not change. The code remains the same. So all you have to do is come to this particular place, make whatever changes you want, be it adding a new screen, deleting, changing the content, design, or branding, and just click on publish. And it reflects real time on the demo that we are looking at.
Okay, okay. So I got that one. But if I want to add a slide, okay,
Mhm.
actually, there's a question here from Joginder. Um, how can I add a screen or a slide which is not part of application UI?
Yep, very similar to how I showed you. So there's an option for you to add a new screen that can either be a lot of people ask us in here because I want to add an intro slide to the demo, which basically is a plain slide with my branding at the back. So you can add that new slide right from there. So, or the other thing you could do is you can create a combination of two different applications in one demo. Let's say I want to create a demo of Google Calendar and let's say a Salesforce CRM in a same demo. You can do that as well. So it's basically a canvas that you can play around the way you'd like.
Okay, so it's very, very, very customizable. So you've seen you can change the branding, you can blur elements, you can change the text of the elements, and so I haven't seen something like that before. I swear, I haven't seen anything that can do that. So let's go and look. Because we are talking about sales demo earlier, this part is very important. How can we insert a CTA, call
Yes,
to
so as you
action?
saw, as a part of the branding, there was also an option for you to add call to action buttons. You can add any number of call to action buttons. You can edit the way the button looks. You can edit the branding of the button, the text, and also customize the link to which that CTA button redirects you to. So that's already enabled across all our tiers, and you can use it even today.
Okay, Mamta is asking to show the video demo. Okay, so you just created the demo right now, and can you show us the demo that was created as a link, and then we can play with it?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Okay, so you've created a demo just now, right?
Yes.
And then can we? So basically, Mamta is asking, can you show us the video demo, the one that you just did?
Ah, sure. You want
Yeah,
to see
and
the
then
one that we just
right.
created. Can, right.
Okay, one moment. Okay, so how does it look like? Because this is now how it looks at the back
Yep.
end. So once it's
Okay.
published, how does it look?
Okay. So let's just say this is the URL of the demo. I open the URL of the demo. This is how the end users would look at the demo. This was the name of the demo. Obviously, you can customize the logo, the call to action buttons people were talking about, and this is how they can experience, right? So they can click through the entire Google Calendar demo that we created off and obviously experience it. So yeah, that's how simple it is.
Okay, got it. Okay, this is a question I don't understand, but maybe you do. Can we merge different screens?
Yes, I think what they're talking about is can we merge multiple clicks that are shared, I mean, that are shown as a part of different screens within the demo? You can do that. It's just a plus button on any screen, and then you can add a different step on that. So it's pretty easy.
Okay, so you mentioned that, right? And let's say each slide is one annotation. Is that right? Or can I
Yes,
do multiple annotations in one slide?
you can do more than one as well.
I can do more than. Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Yes.
So
So what happens is now let's say
mhm.
we recorded a demo of Google Calendar, right? When we record the demo of Google Calendar, in this case, we are not just capturing the click or event of yours, we're also capturing every single HTML and CSS element, which is why we are able to edit in our on-screen HTML customization, right? So that means even if you forgot to click on any element on the screen while you were recording the demo, that's still okay. You can just come in and make that as a part of the editing screen. So now that the screen is already inside Fable, we can do whatever you want with it.
mm, okay, okay, got it. Now, okay, so there's a question here from Brave. As a website designer, can I use Fable to create a demo to guide my clients on how to manage their website? Do you think that would be suitable?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of agencies using a product to create how-to demos for all their clients. For example, how do you download a report? How do you use the website, or how do you use the WordPress plugin that we created for you, right? Or how do you set up your Google Ad Manager account? So, or how do you do this? How do you do XYZ? So I think there are a lot of people already using Fable to do such tasks. So yes, why not for you as well? You can definitely do it.
Right. So definitely for agencies, it's product onboarding, client onboarding, employee onboarding, any type of onboarding, because um, that or any kind of virtual training that you have to do, you can use Fable for that. So I can even see that this is useful for education, like in schools, when you're teaching them a new software and all that stuff. So yeah, it really, really, really useful. Okay. And regarding the domains, can we change our custom domain later?
Yes, you can do that. So as a part of the settings, depending on the tier of AppSumo that you're on. So if you're on tier one, you get an option to map up to one custom domain. Tier two allows you to map up to three. Tier three maps you up to 10. So all you have to do is go to our settings and then add your CNAME details to get the settings, and then you can customize it. So yes, that's definitely possible today.
All right. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so what Mamto was asking, I thought she wants to see how your demo looked like. So she's asking is actually, can you please show us how to do a video demo?
Got it. I mean, I don't understand what a video demo is because we are not a video generation tool. We help you create an interactive demo where people can click through that and experience it yourself. But if my understanding is correct, they're talking about how do we add the video guide as a part of the demo. Now, I'll try to show that.
Okay.
Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Perfect. We'll go back to, let's say, any of the screen that we want to add about. So in this case, let's just say if it was a text guide, we will say, click on the event or something like that. Now, instead of me actually showing it in text, if I want to add a video, I just click on this, and then my video SDK opens up, and I click on this button to start my recording, and then the recording happens. So instead of text here, I can add video or I can add audio as well.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you can do that.
Yes.
So the video is more of something like you can talk and
Yes.
they can see you. But how about if you want an AI avatar to do the talking and you want to embed that inside?
Yes, so we currently don't support AI avatars, but I think this is something that we have been requested quite a few times from the LTD community. So it's a part of our roadmap, but it might take maybe a couple of quarters to get there. But yes, definitely we are going to do a bunch of things on the AI side of it.
Right. Not necessarily that you make a video because, like, for example, I have a software that already does the AI avatars, and like if I do things, say if I record myself when creating all these instructions, I make mistakes, I need to rewind, I need to
Yeah.
delete certain parts, I need to edit a lot. While if I already have this AI, with my face on it and with my voice on it, and all I have to do is type something, it can say anything what I want it to say, and then it's really much easier from the user's perspective, like especially if we have to create a lot of these demos. So I'm just wondering if, say, if it's possible instead of a a camera and an audio, it would be a video that we can upload.
Absolutely. So today you can also upload a video, but
Hmm.
all of them are usually videos that are spoken by a person. It can be a YouTube video, a Vimeo video, or let's say a video that I recorded previously. I can
Hmm.
do that. But from an AI point of view, I think we're still not there. We might take
Hmm.
any time between 3 to 4 months for us to get there. So there are different levels how we are envisioning adding AI to Fable as well. The first thing we'd like to do is we have an AI voiceover. A lot of people say that, hey, I am from this particular country, but my customers are based in a different country. I want the AI voiceover to be in an accent that's supported by my customer country. And I don't want to hire a third party person. Can the AI actually generate that voice for me? You can do that. Next is we have a few people who asked us saying, hey, can I write in text and can you convert text to speech? Right? That's something that we are working on as well. So I think it's a step by step process. So we'll first take the easier ones first, and then we'll work on a lot more AI advancements where automatically Fable will also be, again, this is not going to happen today, might definitely take more than 6 months or so. Fable actually knows where you're clicking through when the app was recording. So based on the clicks, we also write the descriptions automatically, saying that, hey, click on Google Calendar's event called test demo here. Now let's see how we can edit this particular event. So that forms as a basic template even before you do any of the customizations. So that's something that we have in mind as well. Obviously, we're not picking that up. I think there are a lot of other features that people have asked for, so want to build everything that folks have asked for previously.
Okay, that's good. Right. Of course, we will only ask for features that are useful for Fable. Okay, we won't ask for features that not useful. And okay, so so right now we can still upload a video file in on that button, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so that's let me just check it. Okay. Okay, so this is a question about the appsumo tier. So in tier one, it says 60 total minutes video audio guides. Could you please guide us to know what happens to the existing video when 60-minute limitation finishes, and what's the next step after that point reaches?
Yeah. So just to sort of understand right now, when we talk about these limitations with respect to audio or video, please note that we are not like Loom where you're recording your screen and creating a video. We are allowing you an option to add a video guide instead of a text guide. For example, in this case, in the Q&A section, you typed out this message saying in tier one, it says 60 total minutes, etc. Instead of this being in the form of text, you can upload a video guide or an audio guide where you read out whatever we are writing, right? So each of these audio video clips are going to be like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, etc. Right? So considering that, the volume of minutes that you've been given is considerable based on at least the usage that we have seen. Now, coming to these limits, if you exceed that particular limit, you won't be able to add those files because we have hard coded the volumes at the back of our software. So if you're trying to upload a video which crosses total minutes of 60 or depending on your tier, whatever those limits are, Fable says that, hey, you have crossed your limit, you won't be able to do it. You can go back and maybe make edits to the previous video and audios that you've done, or delete your old files to get that particular limit again. That's basically how it works. Or
Or,
if you're still there on AppSumo, you can upgrade your tier.
or you can still upgrade, right? If you're no longer on AppSumo, like they're using it
Yes.
like a year later and you're not on AppSumo anymore, you can still upgrade. Oh, at least you're going to give them an option to upgrade.
Yes, we will definitely give them an option. Again, if we see a lot of customers coming to us and say that, "Hey, I'm using this," I'm more than happy to help them, continue to use the product. Obviously, help them in one way or the other with respect to the upgrade.
Okay. All right. So this is a question from Interpret. What kind of files can we link or embed in Fable? Like if I add link, can we see how many people click on link?
Yes,
So
yes.
there
So,
is
so
analytics. Yeah.
yes, there is analytics that you can actually use. So I think one of the other members also asked a few minutes ago, can we add call to action buttons? Interpret's question is an extension to that question, right? So that link is basically a part of the call to action buttons. And you can see how many people click that particular call to action button. So yes, you can see analytics.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned this. How do you call this? The accents, but
Mm.
Fa- Fable changed language based on location.
Not at the moment. So currently, what we enable though is for you to be able to create demos in any language of your choice. For example, today we have customers who've created demos in French, in German, in Italian. In fact, a few of them in RTL languages like Hebrew as well. So all you have to do is copy the text guide in the language of your choice and paste it inside Fable. We enable you to do that for now, but we don't change it based on the location just yet. So if a lot of people are requesting for this, we might just do that in the future.
Okay, okay, let's do that. Then next is, can we create the demo for mobile apps?
Yes, as long as, again, so I'll talk about how Fable works, right? So as you saw in the demo that we created, Fable works as the part of a browser extension. So we can create a demo of any product that loads on the browser. So if you have a browser version of your mobile application, which basically opens up on the browser as m.yourwebsite.com or n.yourapplication.com, we can very well record it. So yes, the short answer is yes, it's possible. But the long answer is your application should be something that opens on the browser.
Okay, so if it is an Android app, it cannot do that for now.
If it is something that loads on the browser, yes. But if it's just a
Mhm.
native mobile application,
Yes.
then you will have to basically take screenshots and upload that to Fable.
Take screenshots and upload to Fable. So that's the workaround in case. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Okay, so not much questions anymore. So is there any other feature that you would like to talk about, Fable?
Yeah, I think because we're talking about mobile, right? So a lot of people ask us, how do we make mobile responsive demos? So I think nobody else in the market does this right now. So with Fable, because we create a copy of the HTML and CSS within the product, if your product was built in a mobile responsive way, we create two demos automatically at the back.
Oh,
And if your end user is logging in from a laptop, we show the original demo. If they're logging in from a mobile device, we show them a mobile demo. So that's something that's pretty much possible. All you have to do is go to your dashboard and click a button, and we create two copies of your demo. So depending on which device, we anyway know which device the demos are being viewed on. Depending on the device that the demos are being viewed on, we show that version of the demo. So that's something that we do already. In addition to this, a lot of people talked about video and audio. Just want to tell that when we launched an AppSumo about 4 weeks back, we didn't have those features. But because the LTD community literally rallied behind those two features, we received almost 100 requests for that particular feature where people wanted to add video and audio guides. So we shipped that and shared that with them last week itself. So just want to take this opportunity to tell that most of our features that we build is a part of the public roadmap that we have, and we collaborate with users like you.
okay. So, okay, I'm just answering a question here. So, any plan to come up with a Chrome extension? And Fable already has a Chrome
Yes.
extension. So, just, I think, Nero, you have to watch our demo from the beginning, and you can see that we have a works Chrome extension. Okay, I didn't type it correctly. All right. So, okay. So, one of the comments, like when we did our testing, and Joginder, thanks for these questions, by the way. Like, um, is it possible, or is it in the roadmap where all the changes we make are automatically saved instead of clicking a save button?
You mean to say publish instead
Save,
of you clicking on the publish button?
save. This very specific to save because let me check. Did I do that as well? Because I can do this. No, no, I think it's already autosave, right?
Yes, which is why I was asking you, what do you mean by save?
Okay, so it's already autosave. Maybe he means publish.
Yes. So I'll tell you, even though we autosave, I'll tell you why we want you to publish. One of the biggest things that happens with a lot of our customers is they keep changing small parts to a demo because there was some UI change, or you want to come and change a guide, or you want to come and delete something as a part of the screen. When you do all of this, we don't want that to reflect on the demo that's already live somewhere on your website or on your tutorial page or help center. So by adding this extra step, we are asking them that, hey, you know what? If you click on this particular button, the existing demo that's already visible to your customer or client is going to change as well. So it's more of a user experience thing then we're not doing it. But as you can see within the application, there's no save button. All the changes are automatically saved. But before we go out and make sure that they reflect in the demo that's already live, we want you to click that button. So it's more of a safety than anything else right now.
Okay.
Because in fact, within our AppSumo launch itself, a couple of weeks back, there was a person who came on our website chat and said, "Hey, I clicked on publish by mistake. Can I roll it back?" so, so I think it is for situations like that that we want to be super careful because once you make the changes again, for us to go back to our backend and roll it back is a tough job. So, which is why we're doing it today.
Okay, so I understand that we can connect a custom domain, but is it possible to change the URL or the slug of the demo?
Not yet. It's already something that the team is working on. Maybe in the next 3 to 4 weeks, that will be enabled, which means after that, you can change the slug as well from your dashboard.
Okay. So Jogi, editing pop-up description in preview.
Description in the preview. Preview is basically for you to see how the demo looks. If you want to make any edits, you just close the preview button and come back to the editing screen. So all the edits only happen in the editing screen. They cannot happen as a part of preview. Preview is basically for you to see before you publish or whatever.
Okay. Okay, this one is to Vikas. You guys have done an amazing job answering every question at AppSumo, and that's a big deal. So thanks for the feedback, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Next is it possible to make custom audience who click on link and you use for traffic? Are you talking about pixels, marketing pixels?
I think it's also talking about UTM parameters. You can do
Right.
that because when you're actually adding a link to a call to action button, Fable allows you to add any link. So all you have to do is, let's say you are redirecting somebody to the homepage of your website. Along with the homepage, just add a UTM tag, and that tag will be pushed as a part of our traffic analyzer. So whether you're using Google Analytics or any other platform, you at least know where that particular traffic is coming from. So yes, short answer is it's possible.
Okay, that's good. Um, okay, so this one is the sensitive information that is blurred. Can that be accessed by seeing the source code?
Yes. So thanks for asking this question, Asif. So by default, currently we have a mapping of what we call as sensitive information inside Fable. One easy example for me to talk about is passwords. So anytime somebody tries to record a demo of any application or any product, and there is a field like password, during the recording phase itself, we obfuscate that data. So even if you go to source code of that page and try to see what that password was, you'll just see garbage information like XXXXX or whatever. So you can't basically, go back and recreate that particular password. So that's
Oh, that's
basically taken
nice.
care of.
Okay, oh, that's nice. That's nice. All right. And yeah, it's UTM parameter that
Yes.
they are talking about. And we had a Chrome extension. Does it also work on Edge?
No, currently it works only with Chrome or any ghost browsers, as they're called, which enables you to load Chrome primarily because Chrome is one browser that gives us a lot of flexibility to write some code and enable we create a copy of the front end. We're looking at the possibility of also extending that to other browsers like Mozilla. But I think with Microsoft Edge, I still don't have an answer because we have not explored yet. Also because majority of our users are either on Chrome or Mozilla at this point in time.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, Chrome is still the most widely used
Yes.
browser in the world. So I
Yes.
believe that working on Chrome first, then working on another browser later on actually makes sense. Okay. So regarding the blurring, so it's password only. There could be other personal info that a user would like to hide, like say usernames and stuff like that.
Yes. So currently we are obfuscating only fields like password because that is one obvious way for us to tell that, hey, this is sensitive information. unless we are able to map something to what we call as sensitive information, it will be difficult for us to say, hey, let's hard code this and put in some garbage information, right? But if we are able to populate multiple fields where our customers say that, hey, this is what the field name is called, and we want you to hide that particular sensitive information, we can do that. So if you're already a customer of Fable, and you're very, very clearly aware that these are the sensitive fields that we want to obfuscate, reach out to us and then we'll be more than happy to help you.
All right, because I could imagine this would be the case, like what Asif is saying. Say if you go to a checkout page, you're teaching them how to check out, and you want to teach them where to put the, say, the coupon, that they discount code where they can apply it, or, and during that time, you want to teach them how to do the checkout, and you have to
Yeah.
enter some credit card numbers.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so I think that's a valid point that Asif is pointing out here. If we could
Yes.
have say credit card numbers, or credit card details, or maybe even birth date of birth and all that stuff, if in case that is a requirement for to create an account for the application, then I think those quite commonly used personal information would be automatically
Absolutely. Totally
yeah.
agree.
I
So
don't know how
currently
to say.
what we have done is we have mapped a few fields. So some of these fields are password, because password is something, and interestingly, a lot of people have recorded passwords as a part of the demo. So that was very obvious that we'll have to obfuscate all passwords. The second thing that we're talking about is payment information. So payment information means stuff like expiry date of your card number, the name on your card, or the CVV of your card. If again, you don't know what people are recording as a part of the demo, right? Because I
Right.
don't control what people are recording using Fable. So all these things are currently what we call as sensitive information inside our app. So automatically, if Fable is capturing any of these, we put in garbage information in the source code. So anybody can go to the source code and check. It will just say XXX. You do not know what that particular value is. On top of any of these fields, if there are other fields that people want to sort of obfuscate, we'll have to source it from the user. So like I said, so please reach out to us if there are any other particular fields that you are worried about, and we can take care of that field.
Right. Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, like billing information,
Yes.
passport numbers, date of birth,
Yes.
like ID numbers. Those are very important information that we don't want to leak it out. And they could be
Absolutely.
quite important whenever we create a new account. And sometimes when we do a demo, we might have to teach them, okay, enter here, enter this in this field. Yeah. So good. Okay, so can we select the elements and mark which ones we want to hide? Instead, Joginder, can you please clarify this one? Do you mean blur or I don't know the word. Hide it, obfuscate. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Yeah, I think we already answered that
Yeah.
question, right? So currently, if you want to sort of obfuscate the sensitive information, we only obfuscate what we call as sensitive information. In our mind, that is basically personal info, passwords, credit card info, etc. Because these are global sensitive information. But if there's some things that are just sensitive for you, just reach out to us and then we can take care of it.
Ah, blur. Okay, yes, you can
Yes.
blur any element you want. Okay, so let's go here to Vikash. What challenges did you face while creating Fable? Because it's a very advanced platform.
I think the most difficult challenge with Fable is actually recreating the demo, because we don't take screenshots. We create a copy of the front end of your application by copying, the front end of CSS as well as HTML. There have been a few demos where we have faced challenges. For example, there was somebody who was trying to create a demo of a 3D tool of a museum, and they wanted to create a demo of that using Fable. So stuff like that, there might be a few errors where we'll have to check why we are not able to record. But outside of that, the complications are primarily on making it more user friendly, more easy to use, and as simple as possible. Because we know for a fact that the whole idea of you creating a demo is to help your clients or help your customers. So we want to make it as easy as possible at the end of the day.
Okay. Let's see here. So if someone clicks, just I think she really wants to clarify this. We already
Yes,
talked about it. If someone clicks
yes.
on a developer tool on Chrome, can they still see the sensitive information?
Like I said, you can't see it. So I mean, we'll
Right.
again go back to the same example we spoke about. If it's a password
Right.
field, which we handle as sensitive info, even if you go to the developer tool, you'll just see some garbage information like XXX. So you can't decode, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, but I said unfortunately, it's
If
fortunate for
somebody wants,
the
if somebody wants to, if somebody wants to
unfortunate for the
decode
hackers.
passwords, yes,
Fortunate for the hackers, you need to do a lot of things. Okay, right. So those are all the questions for now. So I'm looking right now on my Fable dashboard here, and okay, so actually, aside from CTA's branding, there are also some effects. It's quite cool the effects that they are doing. Do you like to show that? So that they can see like, hey, what kind of effects are available now, and you also have a feature called the hotspot, and there is something like advanced like the entry point overlay, scroll adjustment, because there are so many things that you could
yeah.
do in Fable, and I'd like you to, it would be great if they could really can see what Fable can actually do and why it is very different from others.
Absolutely. So, I
There
mean,
you go.
glad that you pointed out, right? So, the first thing that people need to do is record a demo inside Fable, and once they're in, we allow them so many options that they can do with that particular demo, right? So, one of those things is basically what we call as on-screen effects, which basically means you can create different effects, for your screen that's created. So one of the effects helps you blur this entire background of your screen and put the total focus on the button or the call to action or the element that you're talking about, right? The other effects help you put some design on this particular guide box or the annotation box that you have. So the options are quite a few. You can basically just come to your editing screen and click on save and do all of that yourself. In addition to that, you can also change the size of these annotation boxes and the positioning. So here by default we're choosing here. Instead of that, you might want to position it on top of this or bottom of this, etc. That's something that you could do. In addition to that, what you can also do is what we call as hotspots, where you don't want to show any guide message at all. You want to hide this particular thing and want people to be actually able to click here and experience the product by themselves. So you can actually do that. That's another advanced feature of Fable. On top of all of this, I mean, you can also create what we call as modules. Think of modules as different chapters in a book. So, an example of how a demo with modules would look like would be what you can see on our website. So, this is Fable's website, and we are trying to eat our own dog food, where we have created a Fable of Fable. If somebody wants to know what Fable does and how to use the product, they can come here and experience it by themselves. And as you can see here, this is a quick index of the different modules or features that we have within Fable. So if somebody wants to say, hey, I only want to see the analytics feature of Fable, they don't have to go through the entire demo. They can click on this particular module here and say, hey, now I'm just going to see how I can actually look at different analytics of Fable, right? So that's one thing you could do. Because you are actually on this screen, we can go back and talk about a couple of other questions that were asked previously. On this screen, as you can see, I'm adding two call to action buttons. So you can definitely add call to action buttons. And when I click on talk to us, as you can see, I am redirected to my demo page. At the same time, I'm passing a UTM parameter. So this way you can also pass UTM parameters as a part of the demo. So yeah, these are all a bunch of things that you can do with Fable even today.
Cool, cool. So a very nice feedback from Rahim. Asif, because English and explanations are of next level, and he can even pronounce the word obfuscate, and I couldn't. So that's something. Okay, let's see here. Rahul is asking, do you have a roadmap, and how long will you
Yes.
remain on AppSumo?
We're there in AppSumo for the next couple of weeks at least. And as far as our roadmap is concerned, I'm just sharing the public roadmap with you as a link here. Let me know if I can share that.
Okay.
Uh, I don't think I can share that, but
On the right
okay.
side, you have a private chat. Okay.
Yes, I'm actually sharing the. roadmap with you, Elma, and then you can share it with everybody.
Okay, so I will put it here on the chat for everyone to see.
That's a public roadmap. It's also included as a part of our AppSumo listing page. So please feel free to collaborate with us. And like I mentioned previously, stuff like video guides and audio guides were picked up as a part of our roadmap from the inputs that we received from customers. So if there are any features that you like, please put them there. And then depending on the number of upvotes and the number of people that are engaging with it, we'll pick it up and add it to our next set of releases.
Okay, now okay, so I'm looking at the AppSumo plans right now because I've seen the HTML customization or editing. It's actually really, really impressive. However, this is only available on tier 3, right?
Yes, now we have two more tiers, 4 and 5. So it's available in tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5.
Okay, that's good. Before it was tier 3, tier 4, and 5. Cool. So, hey, I'm glad that you've added a few more, two more tiers.
Yes. Yes, we
That's
have
really
added
good.
two more tiers. In fact, the way we are working is every single week we are coming up with updates to a product.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking at our AppSumo experience in this way. So week one, we have an update to a product. Week two, we make some updates to the deal. Week three, update to the product. Week four, again, update to the deal, etc. So every week you see some action going on in Fable. And we've also been told that for the last 2 weeks, we'll also be increasing our price. But before that, we'll again come back with more features and additions to our product. So people continuously see some sort of active participation from our side of things as well.
Okay, sounds really good. So, guys, do you have any more questions? Because I've asked already all the questions to Vikas and no more questions here. So, if you don't have any more questions, I will look at. Please fill up our giveaway form, and Vikas is very generous to give us 3 tier 1 accounts to our 3 lucky audience for today. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so what's the most interesting part of AppSumo or your AppSumo experience? What is the most interesting part of it?
I think the feedback that we've received, so a lot of times when we spoke to a few other founders before launching an AppSumo, we were told that, hey, it's going to be hard. There are going to be too many requests. You will just receive requests every single day. There were way too many things that you'll have to build. But then the great things that we saw after launching an AppSumo is the amount of feedback that we've received. There are a lot of people who are sending emails to me personally saying, hey, this is what I like about Fable. This is my feedback. These are things that I'd like to see. We didn't expect people to collaborate so much on our public roadmap. So that's been super helpful. Even before we are thinking what features to build, people are coming to us and telling that, hey, this is how we're using a product and this is what we need. So, and the kind of great reviews that we have received, not one review is something that where we have asked people to write about Fable. These are people who are coming in and talking about their own experience, whether it's good, what do they like, whether it's bad, what do they don't like. So I think this entire experience has been extremely fruitful for us.
That's nice. That's really nice. And Ngok is saying good luck on your launch and a good product. And let us know when you are on product hunt, and we are definitely going there and support you guys. So let's see here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because it's really, really, really useful. So it doesn't matter whether you are a SaaS company or a digital agency. You could be I don't know, a tutor, or you can be a marketer. So many things, and you can use Fable for so many things. The limitation is only your imagination. So if you need something for onboarding, if you need something for product demos, if you need something for interactive guides, Fable is what you need. Okay, so let me see. So far, we really ask all the questions, and you explained them so clearly. So we don't we don't have a lot of questions. And thank you so much for your explanation and answers. This is from Titus,
Thank you, Titus. Glad they were helpful.
right? Okay, so let me download. I hope everyone is finished filling up the forms, and I will now download the. and names so we can start with our giveaway. Okay. But it's fun here. Like whenever I do a giveaway, even though I give so much time, I still get the thing that, hey, Elma, my name is not on the list. Why not? Okay, let's try to do everything here. So it'll take me about a couple of minutes to get all the names.
Sure.
And oh, that's interesting. Okay. Hmm. Okay, looks like I missed a lot of things. So thank you for the webinar. It's from Ishika. It's really a helpful tool. Okay, so let me share my screen now for the giveaway. And I believe I missed a lot because I could see about 20 plus people in our audience, but I only see 16 entries here. Let me check again. Okay, so let's do the roll call. I have here Amir, Azad, Asif, Brave, Interpret, Joginder, Mabel, Mamta, MD Gafar, Niru, Ngok, Niladrita, Punam, Rahul, Sahinur, Titus, and Vikash. Did I miss anyone? Oh, I am not showing my screen as well. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, I have here Amir, Asif, Brave, Interpret, Joginder, Mabel, Mamta, MD Gafar, Niru, Ngok, Niladrita, Punam, Rahul, Sahinur, Titus, and Vikash. So did I miss anyone? Looks like no one. This is good. Oh, cannot see the wheel screen?
No, we can't see the
We
wheel of
can see.
things. We can't see it. Yes.
Okay, so let's add Ishika. Okay, Ishika and Jennifer, did you fill up the form? Okay, so I think that's about it. Let's shuffle now. And we can add later if I missed anyone again.
Sure.
Okay, let's start.
I think we have the
Okay, so
first
our
one.
first winner is Ngok Nguyen. Congratulations, Ngok. I have a question, by the way. If, for example, they win on this giveaway and they want to upgrade their account, how can they do that?
Just reach out to us and we'll help them for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now there are ads. Yeah, I have KFC ads here. What can I do? I mean, I should. Do I need to use an ad blocker and just making me hungry? Okay. Our next winner is Titus. And one more. There you go, Rahul. So I need to check. Nok is there. I've seen Titus was there earlier, and Nok Sahidor is a female. She's a sis, not a bro. Okay. Okay. And Rahul, is Rahul in here? Rahul, where are you?
Yes, I think Rahul just commented.
Okay,
He's
it's
there.
just there. Okay, perfect. So we have all the winners. We have Nok, Titus, and Rahul. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thanks so much, Vikas, for showing us what Fable can do and really impressive HTML customization. Really, this is something um, I haven't seen before, and it's really great. So where is Rahul? Rahul is there. Where are you? As if just after your comment, as if before your comment. You already commented. Okay. So we have everyone here. Thanks so much, everyone. And see you again next time for another live event here. And enjoy. Remember, Fable is available on AppSumo and it will be there for maybe a couple of weeks more. And take advantage of it while it is still there.
Thank
Okay.
you so much,
Thanks,
Alma.
Vika. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye.
Goodbye.